Henry B. Plant Museum today. We wanted to check it out because we've always seen this building. Anytime we go anywhere in Tampa, well, most of the places when we go in Tampa, we always pass by this building or we see it in the distance. And Candy's seen it from the Riverwalk.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years ago maybe. And I was like, what is that across the river? Because it really stands out and it almost looks like a weird, not weird, just very unusual architecture compared to everything else around in the area. So yeah, I was always kind of interested in knowing what that was.
This is actually a university. It used to be the Tampa Bay Hotel, which opened in the late 1800s. But now it is a University of Tampa.
With a little museum on the side, right? Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little museum on the side. So we just wanted to check out what it was about and see the history, because supposedly Henry B. Plant is a big part of Tampa's history, and that's why it's named after him. So we'll find out what that's all about. But this area itself is really beautiful. Initially, I found out about this place because when I'm looking up where to shoot portraits, this location comes up a lot because the architecture here is so gorgeous. It makes for pretty pictures for sure. Not only the building, but there's a park right next to it too that is gorgeous. So
I think it's called the Henry B. Plant Park, right?
Probably.
I think it probably is, if I had to guess. I thought I saw a sign when we were driving in that it said that. But anyways, yeah, the park is gorgeous. The trees are so pretty here.
As far as parking here, we were here on a Sunday and we found some street parking right in front of the museum. But they also do have a dedicated parking on the other side. So there's no problem parking around here. It's on a weekend. Maybe weekday might be a little bit different because they do have school hours. So I'm not sure how it is on the weekdays, but generally you can park anywhere around here, or you can go across the street where Riverwalk is and then cross the bridge from there, walk the bridge from there and come to this museum as well. So lots of options you have. Parking is not a problem. But today we came on a Sunday because we heard that they do plays every Sunday at 2 p.m. It's basically portraying what it was like back in the day to be in that hotel. So it ranges from like, and every week it changes too from the person's perspective. So today, I'm not sure what it was today, forgot to look it up, but I think last week was Henry Dobson, which was a soldier that used to, that stayed here at this hotel during that time. And then, you know, they do plays on Teddy Roosevelt and the Rough Riders when he was here around that time. So I just thought it was like really interesting that they actually do a play.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been to a museum where they had like a play going on. And it's not even extra, it's like part of the museum cost.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so, all right, well, you ready to head on in?
Yeah, let's go.
So we just got done with touring the museum, and it is very interesting. Now we know why Henry B. Plant is called King of Florida, which at first when we went in,
we're like, okay, what? King of Florida, okay. We're just like, this guy's so full of himself.
And not only King of Florida, but also that it was the first Magic Kingdom.
And we're like, what? You mean like Magic Kingdom like Walt Disney?
Yeah, we were so confused. But when you go in, there's you can scan a QR code and you can listen to an audio tour. But before that, I highly suggest watching the intro video that they have in the room. It was about, what, 15 minutes or so?
Yeah, it gives a great brief like overview of Henry B. Plant and what he did to Tampa, or about this hotel too, which is now a university.
So the hotel, Tampa Bay Hotel, was built in the late 1890s, and it was by Henry B. Plant, hence why the museum is called after him. So he's the one who built this massive resort in Tampa, and before this resort there wasn't much in Tampa, Florida at all.
No.
And so with his railroad system and his steamship system, more people were able to come to Tampa and see this resort. And this resort was fancy. It was huge.
I mean, they mentioned in the video, it was like all the wealthy people around the U.S. wanted to come and stay here because it was the place for the wealthy people to come and visit. And because it's not even just a hotel. There was like a golf course, casino, horseback riding. Was there a pool too? I mean, they just listed so many things. I'm just like, okay, it really was like a Magic Kingdom. Yeah. It was a full-on resort.
And he spent $2.5 million building it, plus another $500,000 to furnish it, because he got some of the best furniture from Europe. Some were Marie Antoinette's collections, like the best of the best from Paris. So he went all out.
And some of the original furnishings are actually in the museum, which is, when you walk in there, you can tell, like, all right, this looks expensive. Yeah. Probably had to be super rich to stay here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, because even now in modern times, when you look at it, you just kind of sense that, wow, this was luxurious.
Just to give you a sense of how luxurious this hotel was, every room came with a telephone and a fireplace, which is kind of like, even today is unheard of. Well, telephones, but like a fireplace. But and the bottom rooms were like the best rooms, and the further up you go, it's more of like the maids and stuff stay, or like the lesser important people stayed up there. But on the first floor, we got to see one of the suites, and we saw the telephone in there. We saw the fireplace. Oh man, it is gorgeous. And it doesn't even look like a hotel room. It looks like someone's house. I mean, they obviously had to be rich because it looked really, it looked like they're wealthy if you were staying there.
And like we saw a replica of a bathroom too. The bathroom even looked super nice. Yeah. I mean, I would love to have a bathroom like that now.
Yeah, it's a super nice bathroom. So, I mean, this is back in the late 1800s. So, you definitely had to be wealthy to stay here.
Living the life. Yeah. So the museum itself is very small, but each room does have a story to tell, and it gives you really great information about the hotel itself, but also the history of Henry B. Plant. And also there's an exhibit right now going on with Booker T. Washington and the Black history. So that's a great exhibition to check out.
Yeah, and then one of the great things about this museum, every Sunday they have a little play, and that comes with the purchase of a ticket, which is, the ticket's only $10. So it's great. You get a free play, which we just watched. It was for 30 minutes. And what was the name of the play? They just feature a person.
Yeah, so each week they change it up, they rotate. I think they have like 4 different characters that they do. And today's character was Edith Roosevelt, so Teddy Roosevelt's wife.
And they stayed here back in the late 1800s, so she kind of basically told the story of her visit here.
Yeah, and the reason why she was here, or Teddy Roosevelt was here, is because it was from the Spanish-American War, which happened in the late 1800s to free Cuba. So Teddy Roosevelt was famous for being here and staying here with his Rough Riders. I always love that saying.
Yeah, so
Teddy the Rough Rider.
Yeah, so she basically came down to visit from New York to basically see him one last time before he went off to war again. So I didn't know that. I was like, oh.
Yeah, so the Spanish-American War was a huge thing here in Tampa too. It was like the headquarters, this Tampa hotel. So a lot of soldiers stayed here, a lot of the guests and like the wives. So it was a significant part of history.
If you do decide to visit, there is one thing that I think is really fun and interesting. There's an elevator, which is not in the museum. It's right next to the museum inside the school. And it is the original elevator that was built here. And supposedly it is still working today. And supposedly it is the oldest elevator in Florida.
It was actually the first elevator in Florida, is what they say.
So when we went to check it out, we were actually a little bit scared walking in, because we're like, is this thing gonna fall? Like, there's like no sign explaining anything. It just talks about the elevator when it was built, and that's it. So we're like, are we allowed to go in?
Yeah.
Like, we're a little bit worried about walking in. We're walking in like all tiptoey. It's very like, it's crazy how beautiful the elevator is. Because elevators nowadays is like this boring silver box or something. But when you walk into this elevator, it's huge. It's really dark, but the wood carvings are very, very beautiful.
Yeah, I think they said that was made out of Cuban mahogany or something like that. So
it's really very rich wood, luxurious. I mean, I don't even think I've ever been in an elevator that pretty.
No, it was really gorgeous, but creepy right now to go into because I'm sure it's fine, but when you walk in, you just kind of want to you get this feeling like I need to be careful. I don't want to.
You were
fall
like,
down.
it feels like Tower of Terror.
It does. It really feels like Tower of Terror, like it's about to like drop. Anyway, it was really fun, kind of going in there and looking at it because it's the original and supposedly it's still working, so that's really cool. But yeah, so we highly recommend coming here. If you want to learn a little bit more about Tampa, this is the place to come. You get to learn all about Tampa and how it started, how Henry B. Plant was the man who started Tampa, Florida. The king of Florida. And plus, you know, the architecture, the park in front, everything around here is super beautiful.
Yeah.
So yeah, hope this review helped you out. If it did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to watch more of our videos, please subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.
Bye.